Well,
all right, so we are here today keeping an eye on the sky for smoke and wildfires. There's like 45-mile-an-hour wind blowing, if not more. That may be really lean, but keeping an eye out for the fires and checking our go bags for emergency evacuation. And we're going to be talking about that today.
yes, you may hear birds in the background, my husband on the tractor, or the children playing with the dogs. This is Real Life on the Prairie with Dawnita Fogleman and Kathryn White of prairiedusttrail.com, weathering the dust storms of life with God's divine help. And yes, we are watching for fires today. I have the Mesonet satellite, Next Lab satellite and radar up. And right now we actually have a fire just east of us. Thankfully, the wind is blowing from the northwest, so it's blowing away from us at the moment. But we've been refreshing our go bags, getting things ready in case of evacuation. And the wind gusts, honestly, for the last couple of days have been up to 70 miles an hour. And we're not looking to get any relief, according to the Oklahoma Forestry Service, or the weathermen are saying there's no relief, at least for the next week, if not longer. So it's nasty right now.
Yeah. So when we're not fighting fires, then we are basically fighting dust storm conditions. And it's just lovely. You might as well like go get a pile of dust and then just rub it in your face and then inhale really sharply. And don't forget to brush your teeth with it.
Definitely. And yes, I'm eating my lunch right now while we're doing this too.
Okay.
I've had the children putting up towels, damp towels around the windows like they used to do during the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
And
I have even brand new windows for the most part in my house, and there is still, I'm sitting right next to one and I can see the dust collecting over here in the corner. And these are new windows. Yeah, I'm in town.
Yeah, we're out in the country right here. I mean, we've got farmland around us, ranch land around us, which is incredibly dry and doesn't have a whole lot of green going on. And
we don't know what that grain color is here. We only work with grays and browns and maybe black.
Well, and then we're on a dirt road as well. So, you know, everything's so dry. The wind is blowing. We have had, there's a big fire out in Beaver County west of us here in Oklahoma that it's burned like, what was it saying this morning? Like over 24,000 acres, and it's only 15% contained according to the last report. So yeah, we're getting that too, some of that. And of course, Kansas has had some fires. Texas has had some fires south of us. Oklahoma's got fire spotting all over the place. So I'm just kind of.
So yeah, what we're doing to confront the soot and ash that comes in and the dust is laying down damp towels around the windows. That helps collect it, because dust pneumonia is a thing and you've got to be careful about that.
Yeah. And what we're actually doing is push pinning them up on the window, so the whole towel is covering the whole window, but we can still peek out to look. That's, you know, for
pretty
fires
genius.
And stuff. Yeah, well, it was experimental this morning as we were trying to find all the towels and get this done. So yeah, that's one thing that we do. Of course, I'm going around like a chicken with my head cut off, because it's about time anyway to put up all the winter stuff and get out all the summer stuff. And
yeah, once it decides, you know, morning time, it's still like winter. afternoon it's summertime, and then evening is winter again. So you
Yeah,
have to dress
yeah.
for the weather.
We've got 30 degrees at night. It's getting down to 30 degrees at night and then up to 80 degrees during the day. So in Oklahoma, definitely out here in Northwest Oklahoma, sometimes we don't know when to put up the winter stuff and get out the summer stuff, but I'm doing that today and refreshing my go bag in the process, because in the wintertime, I try to pack more, wintry type items, things that are going to keep me warm. And in the summertime, I can't wear the same stuff when it's 110 degrees in Oklahoma. So that's a thing that we have to kind of think about. So I actually have, because we have a family, I've got 3 bags. I've got one with toiletries and stuff. That's the shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrushes, razors, all that. Yeah. If you're worried about fires like this, then make sure you've got lotion and stuff for the lips, because everything gets so dry. So I've got all of that in one bag, and it's already out in the vehicle, along with tents and sleeping bags, because I don't want to have to worry about staying in a hotel if we have to evacuate. So we would go, to a friend's backyard or to a national park or something, to stay. And then I've got a bag with supplements and medication stuff in it. So, because I don't want that setting out in a hot vehicle and for, capsules to be melting and things like that. So I've got that in a separate, just like it's by the door, ready to go with my purse and, last minute stuff. And then my bag, that has my clothes, extra shoes, things like that. So that's what I've been doing. Now you've got a baby. All of the quote unquote children in our house now are 15 years and older, so they can all pack their own bag.
Right. Yeah. So I have just a spare diaper bag. I got a ton of diaper bags for her baby shower back in the 2 years ago now. And I went ahead and kept all of them, because this is a thing. You've got to have a go bag ready in this part of the world. And so I have a diaper bag that has about 2 days worth of diapers in it, and a little pack of wipes. And then I have about 2 days worth of clothes for her. And then that doesn't include what I have in her diaper bag that I actually carry with me all the time. And I also make sure that there's a flashlight in there, some teething tablets for her, some saline just in case she gets congested or something. I can clean her nose out, and a toy. And it's usually a toy she doesn't really care about, and she's got toys in the car too, but
Right.
Just give her something to keep her occupied if and when we have to skedaddle. So
right.
And then my bag is a little, kind of the same basics. I think in my bag I only have about 1 day's worth of clothes. So I have a pair of pants, I have a shirt, I have underwear, I have feminine hygiene products, and then I have some shampoo, some conditioner, some lotion, because that is something, last big wildfires that we had where we actually had to evacuate, everybody's knuckles and the tips of their fingers started cracking. We were
Somebody
so dry.
actually thought about it and sent us some lotion, and that was so nice.
Yes.
I had taken
The fires literally burnt all of the moisture out of the air, basically. And you just would go to sleep at night and wake up the next morning and your knuckles were so dry that they were cracking and bleeding. And so I keep just little travel bottles, and you can at Walmart get some empty travel bottles that you can fill with what you want, use permanent marker and write what's on it, or you can get the little airline compliant bottles as well of shampoo, conditioner, what?
3 ounces.
3 ounces. And deodorant as well. I keep like a stick of deodorant everywhere. And then I also, in my go bag, I have a little bottle of ibuprofen and a little bottle of chewable Benadryl. So like children's chewable tablets of Benadryl. Because if there's wildfires or tornadoes in the springtime, you've got pollen, you've got dust, you've got smoke and ash. There's going to be some allergies. On top of that, if somebody gets a bug bite or even a snake bite, Benadryl helps relieve the body's reaction to that, reduce its reaction, inhibit it.
Yeah.
So I keep those two in my go bag as well. And then in my purse, I don't usually keep a flashlight in my go bag just because I often keep my go bag out in the car and I don't want the batteries to disintegrate on me at some point and not know about it.
Anything that's going to heat up in the vehicle or rust.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that because I've had that issue recently. Anything that's going to rust or anything like that the heat and the cold and heat and cold, condensation, that type of thing, go ahead and keep in a bag that you can grab on your way out. Don't keep it out in the vehicle.
Right.
Because we have to drive so far to go, anywhere out here. I usually keep a bag in the vehicle so I don't have to think about it and grab a bag every time I walk out the door to go somewhere. That way I've got that. Yeah. So,
and
I'm sorry. I wanted to say, for anybody that is signed up for the Passover preparation for Passover course that I've got going on right now, it was a free course. I did go through, especially a children's go bag, in that the American Red Cross has a list and a workbook that you can go through with the children, and you can help them pack up a pillowcase to put things in so that they can be ready in case of whatever. And so that's pretty nice. So if you're signed up for my Feast of the Lord email newsletter, then you'll be getting that information. And if you'd like to pack your own go bag and like some kind of a checklist, Kathryn has made up, thankfully, nicely, a go bag checklist. And so if you sign up for our newsletter, just the regular newsletter on prairiedusttrail.com, then you have that opportunity that you can get that for free as well. So we like to help people be prepared as much as possible for these kinds of things. This is just one of the things that's really important to us. So
let me think. I'm trying to remember what I was saying before.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Do what?
I'd add something on batteries.
What would you add on batteries?
If you store anything long-term, use the 3-volt lithiums.
If you store anything long-term, use the 3-volt lithiums.
Because they're guaranteed to last 10 years. So these new batteries that come out with the 10-year shelf life, I've caught them swell. So
okay,
I have never had any of the lithium batteries swell nor purge their contents into your flashlight.
Okay, so basically in his experience, the lithiums have never exploded on him or ruined his flashlight in long-term storage. So there's a handy tip.
And if you're listening to the podcast, that is Kathryn's husband, Stephen, who has been in law enforcement and knows
management and all of that good stuff.
So he's one of our go-to information guys whenever it comes to a lot of this stuff. So being ready any time of the year, it doesn't matter where you live, there's some kind of a natural disaster that can happen. And we're Bible believers here, and we believe that we're close to the end times. And I haven't spoke to much of anybody who doesn't believe that we're at least in trying times right now. So being prepared for worsening conditions is just a good idea. Having a go bag or a stay bag, if you're going to be hunkering down during like a hurricane or something. I've never been through a hurricane, so I don't know what all people do for hurricanes and big earthquakes. We have little earthquakes here, but things like that. You want to have both. You want to be able to go if you need to evacuate, but you need to be able to hunker down and stay as well. We could just like evacuate, but this is potentially going to go on through June. And so I don't want to, we've got animals and stuff we've got to take care of. So we can't leave unless we have to leave. And then we're going to take as much with us as we can, depending on how much of a hurry we end up being in, how much of an emergency it is at the time. Last time, we didn't lose any animals, but neighbors lost a lot, especially the cattle. The wildlife and the cattle out here, it just moved so fast, and it was pretty bad. So being prepared is just way important, people.
Right.
Way important.
And for the most part with the go bag, that's just a mindset that will fit any disaster, natural disaster, pretty much, minus earthquakes, I think, maybe, because you just really can't be prepared for an earthquake.
Yeah.
But hurricane, tornado, wildfire, any sort of emergency that would require you to grab a bag quickly and leave quickly, the go bag is going to fit it. And that's the beauty of the go bag. So you don't have to, it's not like a storm shelter that doesn't work during flood season so much. It fits everything.
Yeah. And you want this go bag. I know one of the things that the Woodward County emergency manager, he has a rain poncho in his bag because he's been able to use that for like a makeshift tent, or kind of a blanket on the ground if needed. If you have to go to a cellar, usually we don't keep our cellars really clean. So it's just a place we go just in case, and we store some stuff in. So if your cellar is apt to not be real clean, then having something that you can, put down to sit on is just a good idea. And then he suggested that everybody, even the men, carry feminine hygiene products, because if you get injured in some way, you get cut or something like that, then that is going to make the best bandage available. It's made for soaking up blood. So it just is. So, and if you're like an extreme prepper, he was even suggesting, if you have some kind of a puncture wound, that a tampon can be put in a puncture wound to stop bleeding. So he wasn't real comfortable talking about it or holding those items up, showing me in his bag, but it is
what it is.
It is what it is. So guys, even carry those things around with you. Is there anything else that we can think of?
I remembered what I was going to say before, like medications and stuff. In today's world, you really can't get any extras so much to just keep in a go bag. And like my inhalers, I can't keep my inhalers in a go bag. I mean, I can, but they have to be in a kind of a climate control for the most part. I have to be careful about that. And
That's where I put ours in like a lunch bag, and then it's by the door. So I do have extras of some things, so I put those in a lunch bag.
Yeah.
And you know, and like cough drops. I had adult onset pertussis, so cough drops are a good thing for me to have. So those are all in like a little lunch bag ready to go. And then I keep a little extra of all of my necessary stuff in my purse.
Yeah.
That way, whenever I'm away, and I'm sure you keep your inhalers probably stay pretty close to your purse
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
So that
Yep.
way we got it.
I keep one inhaler in my purse. And since it's pretty much anywhere I go is going to be for the most part in a climate controlled situation. And,
Right.
and then that way I know if I run out the door, I keep my purse right by the door in case we have to leave in a hurry. Everybody in the entire house knows exactly where my purse is at. And, generally, anyway, and so anybody in the house can grab it.
Yeah, they know where to find it.
Yeah.
And they can grab that for you.
And
yes,
I keep my purse and the diaper bag right there together by the door, so that if we are running out the door for any reason, whether it's to go to an emergency room or to evacuate, peeps know whenever I say grab the bags, they're right there.
Right. Yeah, and another thing to think about is like pocket knife, or a Swiss Army knife or something like that. You never know when you're going to need to cut through something. Anything can be used as a weapon, people. So if you've got issues with carrying a weapon, I'm sorry, we're not regulating shovels, and you can kill somebody with a shovel. But you know, carry something with you, because if you have to, it may not even be a person that you need to protect yourself from. Wild animals, even domesticated animals in a scary situation can become dangerous. If they don't know you and they're scared, you can get dog bit or anything else. Just make sure that you've got something with you that you can protect yourself.
Or even I've had situations where I definitely during the big wildfires back in 2015, where I found animals, wildlife, domestic, that in their hurry to get away from things, they had gotten tangled up in trash or string, or I mean, they found any number of things. If they could get tangled up in it, they were tangled up in it. And it was important to have a knife handy to cut that stuff off of them as quickly as possible without hurting them.
Yes. And of course, if you're a farm person, you're living in an agricultural area and there's like cattle, livestock, then a set of wire cutters isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, a set of side cutters can really help.
Stephen has gotten us both for all our go bags, the Leatherman multi-tool, and that has a knife, that has pliers, that has screwdriver, saw,
file, all.
And the Leatherman is
not sponsored, but if Leatherman wants
if Leatherman would like to sponsor this,
contact us, you know.
But it just that's one we recommend because they have been a very reliable, sturdy brand so far that isn't chintzy and doesn't break on you whenever you really need to use it.
Can use for daily use, but don't chintz out on you.
Yeah, you can use it daily, but it doesn't break on you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've kind of covered basically all of the bases. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us. Definitely sign up for the newsletter. If you're interested in the Feast of the Lord newsletter, then that's on the website in the menu, and sign up for the regular newsletter for just regular updates on what we've got going on. And so you can get that go bag checklist for free, and share this, give us a review if you don't mind, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And is he thinking of something else?
No, he was like, what go bag checklist? He's like, mine? It's like this thick.
Yeah, no, we did a miniature go bag list. We may offer his go bag list later after it's put in like book form or something.
Yes, you guys can go buy that one.
But if you guys would like more in-depth information, definitely get on the newsletter, contact us, email us, and, we can set up a consultation with you or something like that and really help you wherever you're at to figure out what you need to do to be prepared for your family's particular situation. So This is Dawnita and Kathryn from prairiedusttrail.com, helping today's pioneer families overcome the disasters of life with faith-based principles of resilience and consistency in homemaking, homeschooling, and homesteading. And remember, you can make it through the dust storms of life with God's divine help.
We'll see you when the smoke clears.
Literally.